afternoon on this dreary, rainy day. That's a little nippy and cold, but it's fine because we're inside and we're going to be with our friends. Welcome to Tall Stitchers. This is Flosstube number 67, which is amazing. I am blown away by the numbers. My name is Carol. This is my daughter, Jennifer, and we are delighted to be here with you again. If you're new, we hope you stick around, and if you're returning, thanks for coming back. I guess we want to talk about some people who mentioned us. We had several.
Yeah, thank you. We have Flosstubers who watch us and we watch them. And I said to Mom, sometimes it's like we talk about them and they talk about us and then we talk about them and it goes back and forth. So I want to thank Allison at Mrs. AZ Family Zoo for talking about us. I haven't watched your latest yet, Allison, but hopefully we'll get a chance to soon. She is doing the Lizzie Kate series Sal with us, and I'm guessing she might have talked about that.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything on mine. No, I have one kitted up. I'll pull it out and start it.
I started mine, but I've been distracted with other
stuff. You did? Okay.
Oh, yeah, it started.
Oh, good. And then Chris, the camping stitcher, mentioned us. Hi, Chris. If you haven't seen her lately, I've only seen her on Instagram, but she's done some really beautiful framing. So definitely go take a look.
And she has some neat patterns.
Yes.
And she's from New Jersey. Hi, Chris.
And then Jess at Jess Crafts Stitches, she just did a year-end finishes video that was great, that showed everything she finished in the year and how she FFO'd it. And she did a Lizzie Kate series, so she talked about that. And it was an alphabet series, so it was like a Christmas alphabet and an Easter alphabet. And they're little ones. I don't remember the patterns, but they're really cute. So if you haven't seen that, go look at Jess. We'll link everybody below. And then Mare from Sin City Cross Stitcher. Hi, Mare. Thank you for mentioning us. Haven't seen your latest yet, but I will take a look. And Helen, our friend Helen D, East Coast Crafter. I can't remember how she was talking about us.
I don't know, but I have a surprise for you.
We can't wait to see you at market, Helen. So, yeah. I think that's everybody. Have you seen anybody in the shop lately? Oh, last weekend.
Oh, yeah. Last weekend, the Stitching and Indie group met. And, excuse me, there weren't tons, but I'm having Noemi came in, and Kara, and
Amanda was there.
Amanda was there, and yes, we saw Anne was there.
Yeah.
Yep, we saw a bunch. Jennifer wasn't there.
I wasn't there. I was training Girl Scouts. I was training teenage girls on a Sunday afternoon on their Gold Award.
Two
of them were interested to be there. It was a fun class.
I know when I trained, it was always like after lunch was a killer, but I can't imagine Sunday afternoon with teenagers who were there because my mother made me.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah,
if we get a couple good Gold Awards out of it, it's worth it.
Yeah. Gold Awards are great.
Yeah.
So so we saw all of them, and I didn't go to library stitching this morning. I was lazy.
You were asleep, right?
Well, yeah.
You fell back asleep.
I was watching some Flosstubes and I woke up and they were over.
Yeah.
I have to start going to bed earlier. I really do. I really do. Yeah. But I did get up early and I fed the dog and let her out. And then I went back and watched some Flosstubes and I was gone.
Good. So you probably needed the sleep.
Yes, she who doesn't go to bed till 1 o'clock, I pay for it at the end of the week.
Yeah.
So let's talk about our shortened quilt of the day rack.
Yes, so we're having some issues with our quilt rack. We've had this since very early in our Flosstube days, and I think we've used it to its extent, and we'll have to get a replacement. But so it's not tall today; it's short. Two tall stitchers with one short quilt frame. This is a quilt I call Valentine Diamonds, and it was made from a layer cake. And basically, I can't even remember exactly what you did, if you sewed it together and then cut in the middle, or you sewed the diamonds. But what I do remember is it was from a layer cake. I'm pretty sure this was an old Sandy Gervais layer cake. Remember Sandy Gervais? She's Brenda's sister.
Okay.
So Sandy was a quilt fabric designer. Brenda's Gervais is the stitching designer. And anyway, so this is the quilt. I made it a long time ago, and it just hangs out on the chair in the living room.
She made it 9 years ago. I don't know why she would remember what it's from.
2016.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that is 9 years
9 years ago. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. You're getting old.
Yeah. I looked for the pattern, but I couldn't find it. All I remember is it was a little bitty one.
Yeah.
It had it opened up to a full page, but it was packaged in a quarter page.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
it was a fun one to make. Great way to use a layer cake. And now I'm looking at it. Was it a layer cake or was it charm pack?
I think it was a charm pack.
I don't know. Either way, it was fun to make.
I don't know. Well, anyway, it's pretty. It's appropriate for the season.
Yes. Yesterday was Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Let's talk about some previous finishes.
Yeah.
You want to start?
I'll start. I brought a pillow that I stitched in 2017. I think I finished this as part of the FFO challenge.
8 years ago.
Man, this was one of the collector hearts from Heart in Hand. Mine says 2017, but I don't think that's the year of the heart. I think that was the year I stitched it.
You take it to market and show her.
Yeah. And I liked this one. Kindness begets kindness. I just think it's a nice saying, and that clay heart came with it in the pattern. So yeah, that's my previous finish. I did it with the slit in the middle. I put my initials and the year on my stitch fabric and then just glued that to the back over the fused fabric. So that sits in my little bowl for my Valentine stuff.
And I have a Valentine pillow I made. No clue.
We both made them.
Did we?
Yes.
Okay.
I think, what's that? Some kind of mountain kits.
Yeah, I think it was a kit because I don't have any of this fabric. I'm sure it was a kit.
These came with it. Made. Yeah. The pillows came made and you stitched right into them.
Okay, yeah. So that's the pillow. And so there's no date on it or anything. But so that's my
I'm going to guess those are more than 10 years old.
Probably.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of my older stitched pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have a Valentine hanging on my door downstairs that we didn't bring up.
And I thought I would bring my Valentine table runner. You'll grab that end of it.
Oh, pretty.
It says love. And I think I finished this since we started Flosstube, or I quilted it since we started Flosstube. It is from the Jaybird Quilts.
I was going to say, it looks like your Jay pillow that you made for Jenna.
It is. I made it at the same time. So you use specialty rulers to cut out all the pieces and make the letters. And then you can see I custom quilted it with hearts, and I tried to do some fun, it's called dot to dot quilting, which comes from Angela Walters in the letters. So,
and show them the back, it's pretty.
Yeah, and then on the back.
Was this from Lois?
This was from Lois. This was just some fabric.
But it was perfect.
From Lois's stash, and then it wasn't long enough, so I had to put a little piece of something else on the end.
But it's perfect.
Yeah, so that's my table runner.
Yeah.
During February, so I thought I'd grab it today and bring it with me. All right. Life updates.
Life updates. No, not much new.
I've been working a lot.
You've been working.
New job has lots of later nights.
Lots of late nights.
Yes. And they're busy. I was telling Mom and Mike, my husband, in the last week, I need to change the way I work, because in my old job, my mornings were busy and my afternoons were not busy. So that's when I got my stuff done. In the new job, it's the opposite. So I've been like ditzing around in the mornings, doing email and like unimportant stuff. And then I get to the end of the day and I haven't done the important stuff and the day's over. So I've been staying late. So I'm trying to switch it so that I can focus on some of them. And
when you started, it was getting dark early.
Yes.
And so you got used to staying, and now it's getting dark at like 6 or 6:30, and all of a sudden it's like, oh gosh, it's dark. And then it's like, oh my God, it's 6:30.
Yeah.
Where it's not 5 anymore or anything.
Because in my head, when it gets dark is when I leave. Yeah. But it's getting dark earlier, which is lovely. It is such a nice thing to walk into work and walk out of work with a little of sunshine in the sky. I don't mind winter, but those weeks where it's dark when you go in and it's dark where you come out are tough.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think any other life updates.
Well, I lost a very good friend this week.
Oh, yes.
She passed away, and we knew she was not well. We knew it wasn't going to be long, but we didn't know it was going to be this quick.
Came faster than expected.
Yes, and she had taken me out to lunch for my birthday a week ago Sunday, and we had a wonderful lunch together, and she was gone on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday. So it's been really hard. We'll miss her a lot. She was in our stitch group. I've known her for, 15 years?
Probably.
And so I will miss her and think of her.
Our
yeah, she'd come to our retreats. And she was such a nice lady. And she will be missed.
Yeah.
She will be missed.
Yeah. Hard week.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Why don't we move on to questions? Our question for you last time was, what is a non-stitchy thing you always make sure you have next to you when you sit down? And I'm just going to say, you all have a lot next to you. I was laughing because most people entered multiple things. And then I thought, well, I guess that's true for me too. And as you hear, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's true.
Yep.
So maybe I'll go in order. So the top was like a device. We had 19 people who mentioned like TV, iPad, tablet, laptop,
phone,
and then 17 people who mentioned specifically their phone. And most of those people had those items either to watch Flosstube. A lot of people commented to watch Flosstube, or to watch other TV shows, or to listen to something while they stitch. So lots of people with devices near them. That's true for me. I pretty much always have my phone and then my iPad if I'm watching Flosstube or streaming to the TV. Then behind that, I love this one. 17 people have some kind of blanket, quilt, heating pad, electric blanket. Somebody said they have like a blanket shawl. So I don't know if we would get that same response if we asked this question in the summer in the Northern Hemisphere, but in the winter, everybody's cold and chilly, and I do that too. I always have a couple of quilts on my couch, and in the winter, usually one of them is on top of me. You don't curl up under quilts except to sleep. Really.
No, pretty much only to sleep.
Yeah.
I got a shawl from Anne this Christmas that I wear when I'm chilly. But,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And some of you, I think, had something on your lap to keep you warm like a critter.
Well, that's the next one. Yes. Okay. So 13 people have a pet on their lap. We had all cats and dogs, I think. I don't think anybody mentioned anything other than a cat
no ducks
or dog.
And rabbits or anything like that. Okay.
And I would say we were pretty evenly split between cats and dogs, all the way from, I don't know what the smallest one, I remember a Chihuahua or kitten to a 65-pound dog. And then Sharon is smart. Listen, cat owners, if you don't want your cat on your lap, Sharon brings her laser light with her so that she can entertain her cat on the floor.
Good idea.
Yes.
Good idea. I know one of the gals in my stitch group has adopted a cat. She lost her two cats, and she got a new cat. And the new cat, the old cat, one of them loved plastic. So anytime she got anything in a plastic bag, she had to hide it because she'd eat it. Well, this cat didn't like her stitching. So as she was stitching, as she would pull her thread needle out, the cat would be in there batting on her floss.
Oh, it's not because he didn't like it. It's because he's trying to play.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
He seemed to not be happy that she was not paying attention to him. And so she finally had to, it's taken several months, but he's calmed down.
Oh,
but yeah, she said, she was trying to stitch and this cat was in there batting and just messing things up. Yeah.
Okay, next up with 8, we had remote controls. Makes sense. If you don't have a device sitting next to you, that you have your remote so you can watch TV. And then we had a lot of drinkers. So 8 people said drinks in general. Coffee and tea, I was watching to see who's going to win, coffee or tea. We have a lot of coffee drinkers, a lot of tea drinkers. You're tied, 12 of each. We had 13 water drinkers. We had 3 Diet Cokes, 3 wines, a soda, General Soda, Diet Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, and then I like Char, a vodka tonic or a whiskey and 7.
My kind of stitching.
So, yes. And then next, in groups of 5, we had 5 people who said they have tissues near them. 5 people that said they have good lighting. That's important. Yeah. And then 5 people who said they have a notepad or a planner and a pen so they can take notes when they're watching Flosstube and then go buy things. And then
that's why you have the remote control, so you can stop it, go buy your stuff, and then come back. Yeah.
Right. 3 people said their glasses. That's very true for me. I wouldn't have thought of that, but can't do much without them. 2 people said a CD player or music. And then we have the onesies, audiobook, back pillow, dark chocolate. That's a good one.
Oh, I like that.
One person said they always have their pajamas or sweats because they stitch at the end of the day and they like to be cozy. One person said they had their earbuds so they don't have to listen to what their husband has on TV. And one person said hand lotion that they put on it when they finish stitching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So lots of great things that you have next to you. And I'm guessing all of you, your chair or your couch looks like mine and is covered with your stuff.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
That's mine.
Great.
Mine.
We just had a couple of other questions. The pillow I showed last time that my friend Beth made, and I was a little confused about what it was. Many of you told me it's a bow. It sure is a bow. Once you told me, then I couldn't unsee it. And that is absolutely like a ribbon that you put on a gift. And the name of the pattern, a couple people wanted to know, it's called Gift Bow by Lover of Life Designs, and that's on Etsy. And it is a foundation paper pieced pattern, and Beth did a great job because that was her first paper pieced pattern.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's great.
Yeah. And I found, actually I was cleaning out some stuff at the beginning of the year, and I found a pattern that has paper piece gemstones, and you make one a month, and they're the gemstones for that month. So like January is garnet, August is green peridot.
Yeah.
So I pulled that. I sent her a picture and asked if she wanted it, and she said yes. So I pulled that aside for her.
Good.
So it'll be here, Beth, when you get here for retreat.
Okay, and they asked about finishing the bell pull. We're going to pause a second, and Jennifer's going to go grab it. I forgot to get it.
Hang on.
I don't have Julie's anymore, obviously, but I have Christmas Rules, which you guys have seen. And I did sew down the sides. What I did is I laid it out right side down, and I had an air erasable pen, which I believe you can get probably through any of the places, but I think I got mine from Stephanie when she had her store open. And Liz from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch is the one who talked about it. It's great. Yeah. It lasts for a long enough, but it goes away. And I measured out how far I wanted, how much space I wanted, and I drew a line. And then I took my fabric, and then I put right sides together. You can see the fabric on the back. Yeah. I put right sides together, and I stitched down the line I had drawn on the back of my cross stitch piece.
Okay, so you drew the line not on the front, but on the back.
No, I drew it on the back.
Okay.
And then I stitched it, and then
and then flipped it.
I flipped it, and I think I actually stitched one end closed.
Probably this one.
And then I flipped it, and then I hand stitched so that it would go onto here. Yeah. So it's just basically, this is like, I think probably what, half an inch? Yeah. Not much more than that.
Yeah.
And then just put them right sides together, stitch down, turn it, and then I tuck the ends in to, once I turned it, to make it finished, to close it, and then...
And you don't put any batting in.
No, I have nothing in it there, just...
And you don't put fusible on the back of it. Okay.
No, I don't.
So when I've made bell pulls before, I usually put fusible on the back.
Oh, do you? Okay. No,
I've
never done that. Just to keep it
straight, but I think if you use the air erase, that probably keeps it straight.
Yeah.
Can I borrow your air erase? I have a bell pull to make.
Sure.
Yeah. So we'll take the opportunity to show Lizzie Kate Christmas Rules again.
Yeah.
That was
so much fun to stitch.
A couple of years ago. Gosh, do you remember the name? We get this question all the time.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty fabric.
It's picture this.
It's an opalescent. It's opalescent.
Jubilee or no?
Something, I don't remember the name. But it's an opalescent, so it sparkles. I saw it done down at Fancy Works with that, and I know that I got the fabric and showed you guys, and she got phone calls for more.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the store's closed now, but the opalescent is so pretty.
Yeah.
That's why I bought a piece.
It was a picture this plus fabric, I think, but yeah. Okay.
So it really is not hard to do. It's just a matter of measuring and stitching and turning, and then you're done.
Great. Okay. Are we ready to jump into whips?
Do we want to do previous? Do we do this?
We did
at the end. FFOs
That's
at the end.
FFOs,
Okay. Yeah.
I had a new start. So I told you last time that I was gonna revisit the Make Way for Market Sal that Helen D started last year. And the goal of that is to find a chart that you bought from a previous market and stitch it before you go to the new market. And I just lost my needle.
Uh-oh. Is it on here?
There it is. Okay. So I pulled out the 2023 Collector's Heart from Heart in Hand. And this one was kitted up with the fabric and the thread. And the thread is from Cottage Garden Threads, and it's called Leather Bound is the color. And it's that beautiful rich red. And I started on...
And it's a variegated.
It is. And
it's a hand-dyed.
And the linen is 32 count Heartland linen. And so I got that started. I've worked on it a couple of times. And it's funny, I kind of started somewhere here in the heart, and I started to go down, and then I went up, and then I went over and around. So I'm just running all over.
You're like a drunken sailor.
Yeah, kind of. So this is the 2023 Collector's Heart, and I'm coming right along. I've been working on a few other things, so this was kind of my backup project when I didn't feel like working on
I'm trying to remember if I have that. I don't think so.
I thought you got it.
Okay, we'll have to look.
Yeah, that's what she loves, me looking through all her patterns.
Then I get in trouble. Oh, yes, I get in trouble.
So that's my first whip. What about yours?
Show them your bag. Did you make that?
I made this bag last year or the year before. This is Elizabeth Ann Stitch's pattern. She has a YouTube tutorial. If you make a note, I'll try and remember to link it. And you just use 2-inch squares. So I made it. It was very fun. Okay, you should.
Okay. All right, I have a start. Yesterday we had a young lady and her mom come in the store. She's 8 years old and she wants to learn how to cross stitch. So next week I'm teaching her how to cross stitch.
Nice.
So I'm doing my pattern, and this is what I chose. We thought we would pick a Primrose Cottage pattern because they're pretty easy, pretty simple. No back stitches, you know, no half stitches or anything else. So this is the one we picked because we thought, she doesn't know it yet, but Vicki and I picked it. We thought it would be appropriate if she could get it done in time for Easter.
Yeah.
So
that's a great
last night I came home, I pulled all the fabrics yesterday and I started it. So that's where I am.
Nice.
And so, yeah, I need to get this done by next Friday.
Oh, that'll be quick.
Yeah, it's quick. It's 43 by 43. So
and what is it on?
It's on 14 count Ada, and I'm using the called for DMC colors.
Great. I did work on 324 a little bit. I didn't bring it because you guys saw it last time, and I did a little bit more, but not enough that I think it's worth bringing back. It's a big piece to lug. So I finished my colors of page 4. And did you have a chance to give Karen the card yet?
We didn't have
punch card.
stitch group because the weather was so crappy. I'll email it to her. And
so my plan had been to finish it by market, but I don't think that's going to happen because that's 2 weeks away. I still have the colors I don't have on page 4, page 5, and page 6, which are shorter pages, but still, I don't think it's going to happen in the next 2 weeks. So my new plan is to finish it by, are you ready? March 24th. Get it?
Yeah, 324.
324.
Oh, how cool.
That's the new plan. What I spent most of my time stitching on over the last couple of weeks, I can't believe it's been 3 weeks. I've only stitched on 4 things.
I know, I haven't done much, but I've done other stuff.
Yeah, life has been busy. So I worked on my Crystal Cupid. I started that at the very beginning of February, and this is part of the Hinzite Crystal Reindeer series, which at the end will be all 8 of them. And I finished it last night. I finished her, as somebody pointed out. Only the female reindeer have antlers in December, so it must have been women. So first of all, we'll go, there's Cupid with her little hearts and her angel wings. And then here are the first 6. And you haven't seen it yet, so.
Oh, it's pretty.
Yeah.
And it's on an opalescent
fabric.
This is on
36 count opalescent white linen. And I'm stitching with all of the DMC called for threads.
It's really cute.
2 to go.
It looks like you're going to have enough room.
It's going to be very tight at the end, but we'll make it work. I'll figure it out.
Okay, the other thing that I started, and I don't know if I had started this before last time or not.
You had not?
I had not. Okay. I was talking to my grandson, and I had tagged him on something on Facebook about putting money in a Roth IRA so much a month and they could be a millionaire by the time they were 55. So he asked me if I was going to become a financial advisor or a counselor. And I said, no, but I said, he said, well, don't worry about me. And I said, okay. I said, but you are in my will. And he said, and then he laughed and I said, it might be fabric or cross stitch. And he said, that would be nice. I would like cross stitch. So since he's a skier and he was skiing with his father when he fell and broke his shoulder.
Not Andrew.
No, not Andrew,
brother,
his father,
fell
my
and broke his
son.
shoulder. Yeah.
So I got online looking for a skiing cross stitch, and I found this one, which is, it's kind of contemporary, which I think is good because he's young. And so it's basically, it's going to be a blue heart all the way around. And then it's the skier and the impressionist mountains and everything. So I've been working on that, but I kind of had to stop to work on my class piece. But
do you know the name of the pattern?
I had it, but it's downstairs.
Okay. That's okay.
We'll link it below.
You can let me know and we'll put it in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any other whips? I just have.
No, not really, because I've been doing other stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been doing some stuff.
Well, I have one finished. So last time I showed you Joy. That Surrounded by Joy is the name of it. It's a freebie from Bent Creek that came out a couple of years ago. I'm looking to see if it has a date, but I don't see
We don't want dates this year today.
Yeah. And I finished it. So last time I showed you, I was well on my way.
Yeah.
It was a quick finish. I changed the stars. They were charted to be white, but the white did not show up on my fabric. This
I
is
like the gold stars though.
28 count Quaker cloth linen, and it says Quaker cloth linen country. It is a typed label, so it's really old. I've had this in my stash a long time, and I plan to finish this as a pillow, just like the little picture.
That would be cute.
I might make it a hanging pillow so it could be an ornament, but I thought it was very fun. It was a good back after a quick stop.
Sorry.
You looked up the name of the skiing pattern. It was on Etsy, right?
Yes. It has no name as a pattern, but the design is by Climbing Goat Designs. Great. And she's on Etsy. Nice. And I was looking through and I found a few others too that are cute. And not by her, but some others.
He's going to be sorry he mentioned
yeah, he's going to wind up with a wall full of skiing cross stitch. He's going to, oh, Graham, give me a break. Yeah. Give me a break. So, yeah, but it's fun and it's going very quickly and it's not huge. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting it done for him. His birthday was this week. Mm-hmm. And so we met his...
So you'll just send it late?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We met his girlfriend.
I saw.
Yeah. I welcomed her to
Zoom. Virtually,
yes. And she had the neatest cake for him. It was just a small cake, but the candle was a real curvy one.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
So he blew it out, and Jenna was on,
and
Eric and Susan and me and Ada, and we all sang him happy birthday.
Nice.
I can't imagine what that sounded like.
Yeah. Okay, so that's all our whips. It was a light week. Couple of weeks for whips.
Yeah, both of us aren't stitching as much because we've been busy with other stuff.
I've been stitching close to as many nights, but not as many stitches.
Yeah, not as long.
So I'm not ready to switch projects as quickly.
Well, when you get home from work so late, by the time you eat and everything, you just don't have time to stitch forever, a long time.
Because I have to get up early too. Yeah. Okay, but we've both been doing some FFOing.
Yes.
So I have 3 FFOs to share. The first one is a little wool piece that I worked on last year. It's Blitzen, and I just did a little envelope finish for this.
Hold him closer because he's dark. You can't see him in the...
So there he is, and I just sewed him closed, just like you described doing the bell pull. And then Mom has this little hanger that she had in her stash. So I just need to get some little bitty clothespins so that he can hang off the hanger.
Which we're going to look for today. Yeah. Wish me luck.
And if we don't find him, I can always just sew a little piece of fabric on the back and just hang him on a ribbon.
Him a hanger,
But he'll be probably a Christmas ornament. Yeah. Or he'll hang off a doorknob or something.
Yeah, that'll be cute. Yeah.
But I think I stitched this last year, so I never put it on my finished but not FFO'd list.
Okay.
But I'm putting it on my FFO'd list. Taking credit for the FFO. Let's see. Okay, you want to share
Okay,
yours?
and then this is Give Thanks, which was from Primrose, and I think it was a free pattern.
Yes.
And I bought the finishing kit, and so
I'll hold it, and then you can.
I actually used one of my 2025 charms. Surprise! I
Nice.
put it on there, but then this covers up the rickrack and stuff. But anyway, so you can see the back. I just finished it. I sealed it, and I put some pellets in it, the plastic pellets,
Yeah.
and that way it gives it a little weight. So yeah,
It looks good.
so it's
Very cute.
done.
Yay!
Finally, I got something finished.
You like finishing pillows.
I like finishing,
Yes.
which I don't do very often, or fully finishing.
Yes.
Oh, that
My
came
next one,
perfect.
we got this frame at Michael's one day. I can't remember what we went for something, and I wound up with this frame.
I know. I got. You had we both had
Mat
coupons.
board.
Mat
We had
board.
coupons we had to spend. That was
Yeah.
it. And so I got mat board,
yeah.
and then I found this frame, which was perfect for Gather Blessings by Hands On Design.
She wasn't sure it was fit, so I'm standing in the store looking it up on my phone to
Yeah.
find out what the measurements were.
This is just a 5x7 frame. Popped it in there. Did I glue it? I think I glued this one.
But it stands. I mean, you don't have to do
Yeah.
anything to it. It's
Yeah,
perfect.
it's so easy, and
It's got a built-in
it's all
stand.
done. And that was a 2025 finish, and it's already FFO'd. So that was very exciting. Of my 2 finishes this year, one of them is already FFO'd.
Yeah.
So that goes with my theme of staying ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think that's just,
Yeah.
yeah. So there's my
But it
second
has a
finish.
stand on the back, so you're
It
set.
does. Yep.
You're set.
And then my third one is the exciting one. You may remember that last year I stitched Winterly Sampler by Robin Pickens as a shop model. And Robin was so kind when we met her at market. She gave us an extra pattern since I was doing it as a shop model. And it took me months to stitch it. And then I was like, I gotta finish it. And then I got the fabric. And then I started looking for frames. And finally, 2 Sundays ago, I finished it.
Great.
And I finished it just like she did in her pattern booklet. This is on 28 count antique white Lugana. I used all the called for DMC threads, and I decided to lace this one. Every once in a while I decide, why don't I try and lace it instead of glue? And it went fantastically.
Really?
I was so happy with it. I don't know if it's because it's Lugana, so it's a little more
yes.
forgiving than
Yeah.
linen. It's easier to line up straight, but it went really, really well, and I was very pleased with the process. I just turned on a floss tube, and I sat in front of my
Wow.
iPad, and I just laced and laced and laced and laced. And the nice thing about lacing is you can adjust a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, if it's not perfect, you can kind of shimmy it around. So that is Winterly Sampler. I got the fabric from Backdoor Quilts, which is a local quilt shop, and this is part of a line that she put out last year, so it will not be available forever, but I've seen some of her other lines and they have similar reds, so you could certainly find, if you took your stitch piece into a quilt shop, you could find a good red. I was just lucky to be able to find this one, which is the exact one she used in her picture for her pattern. So this will go into Persnickety Stitchers, where it will be a model. So if you're in there, make sure you keep an eye out for it. And I don't know, maybe it'll come out to go to the state fair this summer.
It should.
I think it might be a good state
should,
fair piece.
yep.
So yeah, so that was my big FFO, and I was really happy to get that one done.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes.
Okay, well that's it with FFOs.
Yeah. Haul and Happy
Happy Mail.
Mail. I just had one thing of haul, which is not stitch related. My friend came over the other night and brought 4 packages of batting that she said she's never going to use, 2 king size and 2 queen size. So that
That's
was
amazing.
a fantastic gift. If you're watching, thank you very much. They will definitely get good use.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
that
great.
was, I think that's my only haul the last couple weeks.
Wow.
This
Yeah.
weekend I need to order a new light. Mine is on the fritz, and it's time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For stitching?
Yeah,
Okay,
my
okay,
magnifying
yeah.
light.
Oh yeah. Okay, when we were going through my stuff a couple months ago, we came across a Christmas pattern that we really like, and I don't know where it is.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. You
Yeah,
talk about
okay.
that. I'll see.
And so it had this really pretty, was it there or is it in the bin? It had this really pretty floss that he used. Oh, yay. Jennifer found it.
Fabric that you're
Oh, okay. I've got it all together. It's called the Merry Christmas Silhouette. And I just thought it was so
pretty. It
pretty.
says Stony Creek collection.
Yeah.
Leaflet $3.95.
And so it calls for this beautiful red and green threadworks thread.
And
so,
we found in your stash a piece of
opalescent.
gold opalescent. And so let's put that thread next to it.
So I think it's going to be really pretty.
Yay!
So maybe I'll get that started before our next one.
Yeah. I think that will go fast.
Yeah, it should. It should.
All one color.
Yep.
Simple motifs. It's going to be really pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. So that was one of my haul. The other one was when we were in Michael's, I got just a little jar of paint. I have a frame that I want to use, and I painted it, but it had little gold balls all around it, and some of them got knocked up or, covered up. And so I bought the gold paint. I just need to touch that up, and then I have a piece I can frame. Yeah. And then Joann's, which unfortunately the one by us is closing. I'm sure you know that many of the Joann's are closing. But they had a 50 off coupon for fabric, and I was running a little low on cork. So I went in and I wound up getting a half yard of cork for $8.
Wow.
It was not on sale, but I had the 50 off coupon, and I got a half yard. So it only cost me like $8.
That's
but I looked,
a lot of cork.
Yeah, I know it is. And then I looked.
You go through a lot of cork.
The one in Castleton has some for $6 a yard, and then they have a coupon for 20% off.
Okay.
So I may wind up getting a whole yard. Yeah. So that's that.
Do they just have that one color?
I don't know. That's what I have to find out. Okay. But even if I got that, that's good. And then hands-on design, her pattern, You Have My Heart. This was the finishing kit for it, and I got it because I really want the heart. Piece. I can trace it and stuff. So I haven't stitched it yet, but I want to do that.
Yeah, and if people don't know, if you don't follow Kathy, each year she creates a freebie in connection with her wedding anniversary as a gift to her husband. And there are many years of hearts that are available on her blog. So I'll make a note. We'll link that blog below. But you can find this design and many others. Here, let me put it in the right spot.
Okay.
So you keep going.
Okay.
You have more help.
And then I think we showed her this last time that we had been, Pam and I went up to Rossville Quilts when I picked up my quilt. And I found this layer cake, which is football and baseball. And my great nephew plays both and loves them. And so I thought I would make him a quilt with this. It's got some great fabrics in it. And
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other day when we were sewing and I was looking for a pattern that I thought I have, it turned out I didn't, but I found this one in my stash. And I thought it would be perfect to do with the layer cake, and then I can put his name in the star.
Yeah.
And if I can get his numbers from Julie, I could put like his football number and his baseball number.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the colors because you might ask her what his school colors are going to be through like middle school and high school, and either make the stars blue or red.
Oh,
if that's one of his school colors.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so it was worth digging through my stuff, I guess. But I found that pattern. So that was my big thing. And that's, it was just because I bought, what else did I buy? I bought something else when we were there. It wasn't mat board. Nothing critical, obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. But.
Okay. Quilting. Knitting, embroidery.
Quilting. I picked up my quilt from Ruthie and I'm binding it, and it'll be our quilt of the day next time, and we will have a better stand.
Yeah.
Because it's huge.
Big.
It's very big. I don't know. It's at least a twin size, but I don't know that it'll go on a bed. It would be really nice on a big wall because you'll see it anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm working on the binding for that. I took it to be with me and stuff. And then for knitting, I'm sure you all remember how Jennifer modeled the hat I made for my grandson last time. And it was so cute. So I immediately went downstairs and I took it all apart and I remade his hat. And this one is
a much better size.
Much better size.
Yes.
I just have to weave in the ends. And then I had so much yarn left over because I had to go buy a second skein because I made the stupid big size, that I now have a hat made for Jack also.
Yeah.
And he tried this one on and it fit.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process right now of I have to finish. I haven't finished.
Yeah.
I just need to finish it. And so this one, I'm in the process of getting close to the end. So I should have them both finished.
When Jack tried it on, we realized it can also be like a tight
Yeah.
beanie cap if you turn up the
brim.
ribbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so these hopefully will be finished in the next couple days.
Nice.
So that's why I've been knitting and I've been binding and
Yeah.
I've been doing all the other stuff you have to do.
Yes. And I did a little bit of sewing last weekend. I finished the first set of blocks for my mystery quilt. This is the Marble Mystery from Meadow Mist Designs. And there are 2 different blocks. This is the first one. I think I made 5 of these.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And then I have to make the other block and then assemble. And I was telling Mom, I like it so much. I think it's so pretty. I'm really happy with the colors. I might try to make it bigger. So my goal is to finish the quilt top this month, but if I decide to make it bigger, I will strike that goal and go back to making more
Hope you have enough
pieces.
fabric.
That's what I have to figure out
Because it's all out of your stash.
I definitely have blue and I have the white background, but I'm not sure I have enough of the other fabrics. Yeah, it's all from my stash.
Yeah.
Except the white background I bought last year, but everything else is from my stash. But I really like how this turned out. And even if I don't have enough fabric to make it bigger, to make it bed size, it'll be a great lap quilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I think
It's pretty.
that's what I've been working on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems
What are
really
your
fast.
plans over the next few weeks?
Well, to finish the hats, to finish binding the quilt, to figure out how I'm going to teach this little 8-year-old girl to stitch. I mean, I've trained before, but I've never trained cross stitch.
Yeah.
I've trained, Girl Scout trainings and stuff. So, so I'm going to make out my training plan for that, and then gather the tax papers and work on that because it's getting to be close to that time, and I need to start now so that I have everything together to take in at a reasonable time, and. I think that's,
About it.
I'm not going to say straighten up my room because that's a joke. It's not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
But that's my big goals is to finish the quilt.
Yeah.
And finish the hats and finish Andrew's thing.
Yep.
And then I'll be.
I have that Joy pillow and one other piece that are ready to be FFO'd. So I plan to get those done before our next floss tube, and maybe my bell pull, if I take your invisible marker.
Oh, yeah.
I could finish that up as well. I need to order a new magnifying lamp because last night mine was flickering about every 6 seconds and it was driving me crazy. I don't know what I'm going to stitch on next because I just finished Cupid last night.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to work on some of my whips and then I might start something new.
So
I could have more than one Make Way for Market Sal
324.
project ongoing. Yeah, I'm kind of at a stopping point for that until I get the next
Yeah,
threads.
okay, I'll send her a picture.
So, no, that's okay. And I want to do some more quilting. But mainly just getting along.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Well, you're busy at work. That's
I
taking
am.
up a lot of time.
Yes. It's a lot of mental energy as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's.
I was talking to somebody else the other day. I had been in my previous job 4.5 years. She had been in her job for 6 years, and she and I have both recently moved to new jobs, and we're both in that same place of like everything we did in our old job was we had it down. It wasn't all easy, but we knew exactly how to go about it. And now we're both in brand new jobs figuring things out again. So it's okay. It'll
Meeting
be
new
fine.
people and
Yes.
new lots of new stuff.
New challenges. So that's good. That's why I wanted a new position.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So
okay.
I don't know. It seems like we didn't have much to talk to you about today.
I know.
We just, I don't know what happened.
No, I think it's fine. We had a lot to show and a lot going on.
Yeah.
And we'll be back in a couple of weeks. I think 3 weeks is when we will be at market. We are going to Nashville Needlework Market to shop for persnickety stitchers. And I believe it's 3 weeks from now. So
yes.
we'll see. If we get a bunch of stuff done, we might see you in 2 weeks. Otherwise, it'll more likely be 4 weeks until we see you. Oh, and then I'm gone that weekend. We'll see you when we see you.
Yeah. We'll be back as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a quick midweek.
We could do,
depending on
maybe in
your
2
schedule.
weeks, we'll do something quick if we have time. So, yeah. But hope everybody has a great day when you're watching this, or a great evening, or a great morning. And we look forward to seeing you again soon.
So we have a question of the day for you
Oh, that's
again,
right. Yeah.
which we did pick out ahead of time, but based on her.
I totally
She
forgot
totally
about
forgot
it.
about it.
Yep.
Okay, our question this time is, what color or style of fabric do you like to stitch on? Do you like neutrals, brights, hand dyes? What's your favorite?
Yeah.
We're not asking about count. We're not asking about linens or whatever,
Yeah.
but just
Because we've
color.
done both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe next time I can bring up the graphs for the type, like the count and the style, and then we can add this to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Pretty much, it seems like I have a lot of neutrals in my stash, so I use them. And like this one, this one I took out of a pack of fabric that was like $5. So I've had it forever.
Yeah.
But it's a neutral.
Yeah.
And I do like some color, but I did buy color when we went to Mystic a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I bought the blue and the green.
Yeah.
And
You buy
I have
a lot
red.
of blues.
Yeah, I do. I buy more blue than I probably need. And I have a pretty red that I want to use. And so yeah, I like to stitch on color, but I have to find the right pattern.
Right.
You know, it's depends on what I'm working on, because some of these wouldn't look good. Like this wouldn't necessarily look good on a blue unless it was a really pale blue, but then you would lose the mountains and stuff. So we'll see.
It all has to be the right thing.
Yeah.
But I love stitching on colored hand-dyed fabric. It's fun.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to be making lots of trips down to Mystic because she's got colored hand-dyed fabric.
She does.
In many counts and colors.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Good.
Definitely.
All right.
Well, I think that's it.
I think it's it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. 2 interruptions, but they were quick.
Yep.
And so we've enjoyed spending this little bit of time with you. It just seems like we weren't, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just like we're always longer.
Usually we gack for a long time.
Yeah.
We went fast today. We didn't have the same volume of projects that we usually do, I think.
And we didn't have a lot going on. There wasn't a lot to talk about with family and everything. We will tell you that Jenna is enjoying, she's back in school. She's very busy working on her play.
Yes.
And she's doing very well.
Yep.
And she's crocheting like crazy.
She is. She's made a sweater, or she's making a sweater, I think. She's in production right now for the show that's where I'll be in 4 weeks. I'll be visiting her in New York to see her show. And so she's very busy in production. I don't think she's doing a lot of crochet these days.
And actually, I will, if we think of it, insert the pictures. She crocheted 2 animals for the 2 little kids that were next door, and they're adorable. It's an elephant and a giraffe. She's really gotten into crocheting. Now she's working on another top for herself, I think.
For her friend.
For her friend. But yeah, Jennifer will insert pictures that I will send her, because they're really, really cute. She did a really good job. And when I gave them to Adam the other day, he was like, oh, these are so cute.
Yeah.
And so that'll be,
yeah,
you know, just so we can keep you up to date on her, because, you know, with the princess in New York now, she's not here a lot.
And her hair's purple.
She said she was going to color it when she went back to school.
She did. She did. I saw it the other night. It's like this color. So.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I keep asking her to color it blue, but she said it doesn't look good with her hair.
It doesn't. No.
It doesn't look right.
It turns kind of green.
Yeah.
Good.
So.
Okay. You can follow us on Instagram. I'm at Jen Quilter. She's at Grand Stitches. You can email us to tallstitchers@gmail.com. You can follow all the crafty things I'm up to once a month. I do a recap on my blog, and now this year I've started setting 2 sewing or quilting goals each month, so you can pop over to quiltingmomsblog.blogspot.com. You can also find our retreat information there. We have wait lists for both our April and August retreats, but we are taking names on the wait list, and you never know what might happen. So if you're interested, you can sign up there. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a great time and happy stitching.
Bye.
Bye.